I got to a point in my life where I was really burnt out, and I have had kind of repeated episodes of burning out, but it all came to a head where I just was not myself at all. Everyone says, you know, you just need to take a break, take a holiday. But I realized that that doesn't work. Like, something fundamentally had to shift in my life. And I needed to create more balance, and I needed help doing that. So I'm in enablement, sales enablement, go-to-market enablement. Currently, I support the Australia business and as a business partner, and I also lead onboarding for APAC at LinkedIn. I've always given 300% to my role. No one has ever asked me to do that. No manager has ever asked me to do that. That's just who I am. But I think since the program, I've gained a lot more clarity around what it truly means to have a balanced life. But small essential things like getting enough sleep, eating really well, working out, building relationships, have been kind of fundamental to supporting my non-negotiables in life, across my whole life. And I've got a much clearer understanding of what my values are. An example of how it's changed is I recently had a performance review, and my managers, and they said to me, like, how can we both support you in your career goals? And I said, look, I'm going to give you the non-textbook answer, but actually I need you to support me in creating space. Like, I want a balanced life. I want to focus on my health. I want to focus on my friendships, dating, relationships, because that's actually giving me the creative brain space to be better at what I do. And I've gone from like just being the yes man, working 300% of my role, to go, and I would have taken on any project, to going, no, I actually need you to help me to create space in my life, because that's going to make me better at my role and hopefully make you more successful as my leaders. And one of my managers even commented, she was like, oh, that's really brave of you to say. I don't know many people who walk into their performance review and say that. I would always put my hand up for the project. I would always say yes. I would always want to push myself and challenge myself, and do it all. Whereas now, if I am offered a project to do, I think it through more clearly and understand, like, is this going to make an impact? Is this going to give me energy while doing it? And when I say make an impact, is this going to make an impact on the business? And is this going to make an impact on my career as well, and where I want to go? The boundaries with myself have probably been the thing that has changed the game, because when you have clear boundaries with yourself, it's a lot easier to have boundaries with other people. So making time to like invest in friendships and things like that, and that has made it easier for me to say no to things that don't support that. When you are in a space of feeling frazzled and burnt out, it's very hard to trust yourself. Like, I felt like then I was, really reactive. Like, I don't feel like my brain was functioning optimally. But now I trust myself, because I'm really clear on what my values are, what my non-negotiables are. And I just feel it intrinsically. Like, I'm very clear and confident about what I want for my life. And I feel like when you're giving back to yourself in that way, through those fundamentals, I do feel more empowered, and I do feel like I trust myself a lot more. Like, I am a type A personality, and this little inner critic will be like, that's not good enough, you should have done that better, like, work harder. Like, that would always come into my life. Or previously, when I maybe slept instead of going to the gym or Pilates, like, that inner critic voice would come out. Having worked through that has helped me to be a bit kinder to myself and understand, like, where that part comes from, why it's showing up in my life and how it's showing up in my life. Like, the voice is not as strong. I don't know what wizardry you did there, Han, but it's definitely quietened down. It's helped me to create more brain space for myself, not having that inner critic in my head 24/7. I shout from the rooftops about your program, and about your work. So I would just say, do it. Like, you can only benefit. I still like refer back to some of the homework and stuff we did, and even referring back like helps me. So really just do it.